Hello there!
General Kenobi!
Welcome to the first episode of Star Wars Simplified. Whether you are a die-hard fan who wants to brush up on his knowledge skills, or a first-timer who is seeking to learn something new, this is the place for you. In today's episode, I will be simplifying the Rule of Two. Have you ever noticed that there seems to be lots and lots of Jedi, but only a few Sith throughout Star Wars? There is a reason for that. It is called the Sith Rule of Two. The Rule of Two is a code that the Sith, more or less, followed for over 1,000 years that would lead to the eventual fall of the Jedi. The code states that there can only be two Sith at any given time, a master to embody the power and an apprentice to crave it. Once the apprentice learns all that he can from the master, he tries to kill him. Whoever survives is worthy of the title, Dark Lord of the Sith. But why was such a code created, and who created it? Well, about 1,000 years before the rise of the Empire, there used to be a lot more Sith running around. They were led by a Sith Lord named Khan. The Sith and the Jedi had been fighting for centuries. However, every time the Sith got the upper hand, infighting, deception, and betrayal would always cripple them from the inside. The Sith do not like to share power, and so they constantly killed each other, weakening their own ranks. Lord Khan saw this and realized that there was a problem. His solution? He created what was known as the Brotherhood of Darkness, uniting all of the Sith Lords together and treating everyone as equals. This allowed for the Sith to fight as a unified legion, gaining the upper hand against the Jedi and the Republic. However, there was one Sith Lord who despised this move. His name was Darth Bane. Back when he was still training under the Master Sith Lords, he was somewhat of an outcast. He turned to ancient texts and sought to learn from long-dead Sith Lords. As a result, Darth Bane began to grow a distaste for Lord Khan and his Brotherhood of Darkness. You see, for Bane, the very idea of the Sith sharing power and being equals was the antithesis of all that the Sith stood for. From the Sith point of view, the strong rise up and dominate as the weak fall down, unworthy to hold any sort of power. Bane saw Khan's attempt to treat all Sith as equals as a perversion of the Sith ways. The strong should rule and the weak should be subjugated. Twisted by darkness, Darth Bane set a trap using cunning, manipulation, and patience for Khan and his Brotherhood. Darth Bane succeeded and completely wiped out Khan and the entire Brotherhood of Darkness, effectively making Darth Bane the sole surviving Sith Lord. Soon after, Darth Bane found an apprentice, Darth Zana, and established the Rule of Two. The Rule of Two effectively eliminated any infighting, as only two Sith Lords existed. Before, 20 weak Sith Lords could take down a much wiser and powerful Sith Master. But that was no longer a possibility. In Bane's Rule of Two, only the strongest, wisest, and most powerful Sith would rule. In time, the Master would pass down all of their knowledge to their apprentice, who would then kill the Master when they became strong enough, and find an apprentice of their own, thus continuing the Sith line indefinitely. Now, I will add that future Sith followed this rule pretty loosely. Many Sith, when they were apprentices, including Darth Sidious, Count Dooku, and even Darth Vader in the expanded universe, trained their own apprentices behind their master's back. Ultimately, the Sith are evil and selfish, so their own hubris would always lead to their downfall. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below any additional questions or thoughts you have. God bless, and may the Force be with you, always.